Good afternoon, my name is Thomas Hadley for East South People's TV. I'm at the London People's Assembly protest with a couple of 100,000 of my comrades at least, it's got to be said. It's very peaceful, very good vibes here, and I'll be finding out why the hell we're here.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hi, so we're with Robert Griffiths now, of the General Secretary of the Communist Party. Thank you very much for joining me.
Pleasure.
Why are we here in London today?
Well, I'm here with 100,000, at least 100,000 other people to say that this government must go. More and more people see through the fraud that is austerity. They realise that the cuts that we've had and that are still being threatened to our public services and welfare benefits and so on are absolutely not necessary, especially if the super rich and big business started paying their taxes. So we're saying enough is enough, austerity must go, and this government must go.
So what do you tell the people that say, like, we need to balance the books, we need austerity to balance the books? What do you think people?
Well, as I say, if the super rich and big business paid their taxes, the Treasury would be £100 billion or so better off every year. That's bigger than the deficit. I mean, there is a case for bringing the deficit down because, after all, it's just interest then that we have to pay to the bankers and financial institutions. But we could stop the cuts, we could reverse the cuts, and we could bring the deficit down if we were taxing the rich, the super rich and big business.
I want to move on to the EU now. Where does the Communist Party stand, and why do they have that position?
We stand in the same place that we stood when the Treaty of Rome was first introduced back in 1957. We're against the common market, we're against the European Union. As far as we're concerned, it's a pro-big business, anti-socialist, militaristic union of the major capitalist powers in Europe. So we're totally opposed to it, and we will be calling for a vote against Britain's membership on June the 23rd.
Thank you very much for your time today.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
All the best.
The NHS needs saving in there. Not listening, but we've got something to say. You can save us, don't let it break us. We are your doctors, let's keep it that way. The NHS should be yours. Let's keep it yours. Your lives are what we stand for, so let's keep it yours.
Welcome, we are by the Department of Health and we're here with Jenny, she's a radiographer. Jenny, so why are you here today?
I'm here today in support of the junior doctors. I see how really hard they work in our department, and the way they've been treated by the Jeremy Hunt is totally shameful. It's just ridiculous. So I'm here with the National Health Singers, and we sing. It was brought out by two junior doctors. It was actually written by a junior doctor and written by a songwriter, Claire. So yeah, very much strong about saving NHS and just coming across the public about what this contract is about. You know, everybody's saying it's about pay. It's a tiny bit about pay. Not one single doctor that I've ever met has said pay. The first thing they always care about is patients. That's at the heart of what we do, is to care for our patients.
And then that's worth coming on down from hospital today?
Yes, yes. So we've been here at the march today, against austerity, and then we've come down to do do our shift.
So, you say it's not about pay. What is it about?
It's about safe and fair. I mean, at the minute, I don't know if you've seen lately, it's like the women are getting less pay. So, like someone like, let's say me and you are on the same, I would get less pay than you, about 10%. Not good, not good. But it's the fact that they've made it so black and white, and you know, and also the hours. It's just crazy. How can you lengthen? You know, have people like the NHS is 7 days, but it offers emergency care at the weekend. So, like for example, I work in radiotherapy, so no one would have radiotherapy unless it's absolutely needed. Well, you need a team behind you to run a machine, and that's what the junior doctors are saying. If you want operations, you can't have a doctor doesn't do bloods like you see in Holby City. A doctor doesn't look at X-rays and do it off like you see in Holby City Casualty. There's a team behind them that do that and care for that patient and manage that patient through their pathway. It's impossible to do that if you don't have the staff behind you. That's why it's not safe.
So you're saying like all this is junior doctors are saying like they don't work at the weekends, but what you're saying is that they do, in fact.
Yes, they do have rotations through weekends, yes, and they do on call. But it's not like working, you know, somewhere in Tesco's or wherever where you clock in and clock out at 5. No, you stay there till your patients are seen. You know, that's what you do. So you might have like, you know, you have a shift, but you wait until the end, you know.
Well, thank you very much, Sue. Take
You're
care of
welcome.
yourself. Lovely chicken, by the way.
You're welcome.
Good.